There are two motives for reading a book: one, that you enjoy it; the other, that you can boast about it. Do not fear to be eccentric in opinion, for every opinion now accepted was once eccentric. Of all forms of caution, caution in love is perhaps the most fatal to true happiness. To fear love is to fear life, and those who fear life are already 3 parts dead. I would never die for my beliefs because I might be wrong. A stupid man's report of what a clever man says can never be accurate, because he unconsciously translates what he hears into something he can understand. And if there were a God, I think it very unlikely that he would have such an uneasy vanity as to be offended by those who doubt his existence. 3 passions, simple but overwhelmingly strong, have governed my life: the longing for love, the search for knowledge, and unbearable pity for the suffering of mankind. In all affairs, it's a healthy thing, now and then, to hang a question mark on the things you have long taken for granted. Our great democracies still tend to think that a stupid man is more likely to be honest than a clever man, and our politicians take advantage of this prejudice by pretending to be even more stupid than nature made them. I do not pretend to be able to prove that there is no God. I equally cannot prove that Satan is a fiction. The Christian God may exist, so may the gods of Olympus, or of ancient Egypt, or of Babylon. But no one of these hypotheses is more probable than any other. They lie outside the region of even probable knowledge, and therefore there is no reason to consider any of them. One of the symptoms of an approaching nervous breakdown is the belief that one's work is terribly important. Fear is the main source of superstition, and one of the main sources of cruelty. To conquer fear is the beginning of wisdom. The hardest thing to learn in life is which bridge to cross and which to burn. It's easy to fall in love. The hard part is finding someone to catch you. Most people would sooner die than think, in fact, they do so. To teach how to live without certainty, and yet without being paralyzed by hesitation, is perhaps the chief thing that philosophy, in our age, can still do for those who study it. My desire and wish is that the things I start with should be so obvious that you wonder why I spend my time stating them. This is what I aim at, because the point of philosophy is to start with something so simple as not to seem worth stating, and to end with something so paradoxical that no one will believe it. It is the preoccupation with possessions, more than anything else, that prevents us from living freely and nobly. Those who have never known the deep intimacy and the intense companionship of happy mutual love have missed the best thing that life has to give. Collective fear stimulates herd instinct and tends to produce ferocity toward those who are not regarded as members of the herd. We know very little, and yet it is astonishing that we know so much. And still more astonishing that so little knowledge can give us so much power. No one gossips about other people's secret virtues. It has been said that man is a rational animal. All my life, I have been searching for evidence which could support this. One should as a rule respect public opinion, insofar as is necessary to avoid starvation and to keep out of prison, but anything that goes beyond this is voluntary submission to an unnecessary tyranny, and is likely to interfere with happiness in all kinds of ways. The secret of happiness is to face The fact that the world is horrible, horrible, and horrible. The fact that an opinion has been widely held is no evidence whatever that it is not utterly absurd, indeed in view of the silliness of the majority of mankind. A widely spread belief is more likely to be foolish than sensible. The infliction of cruelty, with a good conscience, is a delight to moralists. That is why they invented hell. The fundamental cause of the trouble is that in the modern world, the stupid are cocksure, while the intelligent are full of doubt.